Water is the lifeblood of our planet. It sustains ecosystems, agriculture, and human civilization. Yet, across the globe, rivers, lakes, and oceans are under severe threat from pollution. Freshwater sources are diminishing, and with growing industrialization and urban expansion, the situation is worsening. Take the river Ganges in India, revered as sacred, essential for millions, yet suffering from industrial discharge, sewage waste, and human neglect. This is not just an environmental issue. It's a crisis that affects health, biodiversity, and livelihoods. Today, we explore water pollution, the Ganges crisis, efforts to clean it, and strategies to fight this global issue. Water pollution happens when harmful substances contaminate a water body, making it toxic to life. It comes from industrial waste, agricultural runoff, plastic pollution, untreated sewage, and oil spills. The consequences? Health hazards, biodiversity loss, and economic setbacks. Different types of pollution exist. Chemical pollution from pesticides, fertilizers, and heavy metals. Biological pollution from harmful bacteria and viruses. Physical pollution from plastics and debris. Thermal pollution from hot water discharge into rivers, disrupting ecosystems. Radioactive pollution from nuclear plant waste poses additional threats to marine life and humans alike. Polluted water bodies are not just a problem for local communities. They disrupt entire ecosystems. Fisheries collapse, groundwater contamination rises, and waterborne diseases spread rapidly. This is a crisis that affects everyone. The Ganges stretches over 2,500 kilometers, providing water to 400 million people. It is central to Hindu culture, symbolizing purity and salvation. But its pollution is severe. The contradiction is stark. A river worshipped for its holiness is also one of the most contaminated in the world. Industries dump untreated waste, adding heavy metals like lead, arsenic, and mercury. Cities discharge raw sewage, filling the river with harmful bacteria. Religious practices contribute to pollution. Idols, flowers, and partially burned bodies add waste. Agricultural runoff, pesticides, and fertilizers cause oxygen depletion and damage marine life. Plastic waste clogs waterways, harming aquatic species and human health. Economic impact is enormous. Fishermen who depend on the river for their livelihoods are seeing their catches dwindle. Farmers struggle as irrigation sources become contaminated. Tourism, once thriving in areas along the river, has declined due to pollution. The impacts are devastating. Coliform bacteria make the water unsafe, causing diseases like cholera and typhoid. Aquatic biodiversity suffers. Species like the Ganges River dolphin are in danger. Poor water quality hurts agriculture and fisheries, leading to economic losses. More than just environmental consequences, this pollution causes human suffering. Families who depend on the river for drinking water, cooking, and bathing are at risk every day. Healthcare costs rise, economic productivity falls, and social inequality deepens. Efforts to clean the Ganges date back decades. In 1985, the Ganga Action Plan aimed to build sewage treatment plants and curb industrial waste, but corruption and mismanagement led to failure. In 2009, the National Ganga River Basin Authority took a broader approach, yet lacked execution. In 2014, the Namami Gange program allocated over $3 billion for sewage treatment plants, river surface cleaning, bio-toilets, afforestation, and stricter waste disposal rules. Progress has been made, but challenges remain due to population growth and industrial expansion. Community participation remains low, and enforcement is often weak. Other nations have faced similar issues, and succeeded in river cleanups. The Thames in the UK was once considered biologically dead, but is now thriving. The Rhine in Europe, once severely polluted, has seen restoration through international cooperation. The Chicago River in the US, once an open sewer, has benefited from rigorous water treatment and pollution control efforts. The lesson? Strong policies, enforcement, and public awareness lead to real change. The Ganges is not alone. Other rivers suffer from similar crises. The Yangtze River in China is filled with heavy metals from industrialization. Indonesia's Citarum River is among the world's most polluted, choked by plastic and toxic sludge. The Mississippi River in the US suffers from agricultural runoff, creating a massive dead zone in the Gulf of Mexico. One of the biggest global challenges is plastic pollution. Single-use plastics, microplastics, and packaging waste are suffocating our water bodies. If current trends continue, there could be more plastic than fish in the ocean by 2050. Beyond plastic, oil spills remain a major concern. The Deepwater Horizon spill in 2010 released millions of barrels of oil into the ocean, causing catastrophic damage. The impact of such spills lasts for decades, affecting marine life, fishing industries, and local economies. What can we do? Strengthening regulations is crucial. Governments must enforce strict laws, monitor water quality, and penalize polluters. International cooperation is needed for transboundary river pollution. Without enforcement, laws remain ineffective. Wastewater treatment must improve. Modern plants using biofiltration, activated sludge, and reverse osmosis can reduce contamination. Decentralized treatment plants in rural and urban areas prevent direct discharge into water bodies. Investing in research and technology is essential. Agriculture must change. Organic fertilizers and natural pest control can limit chemical runoff. Precision farming minimizes excess water usage and pollution. Farmers must be supported to transition towards sustainable practices. Communities play a key role. Education on pollution's impact encourages conservation efforts. Citizen-led cleanup drives, like the Ganga Cleanup Campaign, have shown promise. A change in mindset is necessary. People must see water as a shared resource, not a dumping ground. Industries must act responsibly. Cleaner production techniques, wastewater treatment, and biodegradable materials are necessary. Companies should invest in corporate social responsibility programs for water conservation. Sustainability should be integrated into every aspect of industrial growth. Rainwater harvesting and groundwater recharge projects can reduce dependence on polluted river sources. Wetland restoration acts as a natural filter, improving water quality. Investment in technology, such as artificial wetlands and bioengineered solutions, can accelerate progress. The world is at a tipping point. Either we take decisive action now, or we face a future where clean water becomes a privilege, not a right. The road ahead is long. The battle against water pollution requires sustained efforts. Government policies, industrial responsibility, scientific advancements, and community action. The crisis in the Ganges is a wake-up call. Preserving our water bodies is not just an environmental duty, it's a necessity for survival. With strict regulations, innovative technologies, and commitment to sustainable practices, we can reverse the damage. The time to act is now. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on environmental issues and solutions.